With the price of cars skyrocketing, it's more important than ever for you to find the right financing. That's why you need Mccall Credit Union. Mccall's competitive rates start at 2.24% APR. Mccall extends lower new car rates to used vehicles with under 100,000 miles. And Mccall offers warranty protection that can save you thousands of dollars. To learn more, visit one of Mccall's 6 offices or call 763-689-1071 or apply online at mccall.com.
Insurance. It's something you don't want to think about, something you hope you don't have to use, and it's something you definitely don't want to overpay for. Are your rates too high? That's where Bozeman Newton Insurance Agency can help. If you haven't shopped around for insurance for a while, you may be shocked to find out how much you're overpaying every month on your insurance. Let Bozeman Newton Insurance Agency help you find the best rate for your auto, home, business, recreational, or life insurance. Rates too high? Call or visit Bozeman Newton Insurance Agency today.
Welcome into WCMP's production of high school basketball. And now let's head to the court with Game Day Gilman.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to tonight's Section 7 4A semifinal game for the girls basketball teams between the home team, the Centennial Cougars, and the visiting Cambridge-Isanti Blue Jackets. This is the semifinal game once again for the Section 7 4A between the Blue Jackets and the Cougars, and this game being broadcast right here on 95.5 FM and audio only on KBEK.com. Of course, I will bring you all the action, and I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman, and I'll be ready right here, bring you all the action from this Centennial High School, a beautiful high school no less. Again, I want to give a huge shout out to their athletic director, Brian Jamrose, for helping me hook up and get connected and everything else. It was greatly appreciated. We were having some struggles early on, but we made it through, so a huge shout out to Mr. Jamrose, the athletic director here at Centennial, for helping me out. It is greatly appreciated knowing that we have such kind people around here who are able to help us out. But again, this game between the Cambridge-Isanti Blue Jackets on the road visiting the Centennial Cougars in this Section 7 4A semifinal game. The winner advances to the championship game, and that should be a good one. That one will be played on Thursday in between one of these teams and the other team in this section. Looking at both these teams coming into tonight's game, we'll start with the visiting Cambridge-Isanti Blue Jackets, and, well, they've had a pretty darn good season as they have for the last, 3-4 years. It's been another good year for them. They are currently 19-8 on the season. They've wrapped up the regular season at 18-8. They were 9-2 to begin the regular season, and that was only two losses to Spring Lake Park and Buffalo. 9-2 to begin the season, and then they won their last game they won after January 11th. That was Big Lake, 72-35. But then they struggled a little bit. They went 2-3 in their next 5, but then they would win 1, lose 1, win 2, lose 2 to Blaine and Becker, and then wrap up the season with 4 straight wins over Monticello, Sartell, St. Stephen, St. Francis, and North Branch. This Cambridge-Isanti girls team finished 11-3 in the conference, 5-1 in section play. That 11-3 was good enough for second place. Of course, Becker wrapped up the conference, finishing their conference schedule undefeated at 14-0. Cambridge-Isanti at 11-3, right in front of Chisago Lakes, who finished the regular season and conference schedule 10-4. This Cambridge-Isanti Blue Jackets team comes into the game averaging about 65 points per game. They give up about 48 points per game, so their defense pretty darn good, as well as their offense. Their offense, the second highest scoring in their conference, which is the Mississippi 8. So Cambridge-Isanti coming into this game with a great deal on the line here this year. Last year they made it to the championship game in Forest Lake against the Rangers. This year that'll be a little bit different. Centennial comes into this game averaging 59 points per game, and they give up about 56 points per game. But don't let that fool you, because they can certainly pull out the points as much as they want, and their defense can be very stingy and very good as well. As I was mentioning, though, the Cambridge-Isanti Blue Jackets, the highest scoring team in Section 7 4A at 64 points 64.5. I kind of rounded up and go 65. But the next highest scoring team is the Centennial Cougars team at 59 points per game. So these two teams, Cambridge-Isanti, they are ranked lower in the vote. They're ranked 4th instead of a little bit higher because of the fact that they were only 5-1 in the section. They only played 6 games compared to Centennial, who's 9-0, Blaine's 9-3, and Andover 7-4. So that's why they got a little bit of a lower seed, but don't let that fool you. Cambridge-Isanti is a dangerous team. Looking across the way to the home team, the Centennial Cougars, who will look to defend their home court tonight. As I mentioned, 9-0 in their section, 15-4 in their conference, and 17-10. They finished the regular season at 16-10. In their conference, they were second, just behind Maple Grove, who finished 19-0 in their conference and 23-4 overall on the regular season. Centennial again comes into this game, and man, did they go on an impressive run. They started out the year at 3-6, if I can switch that around. 3-6, then they would go and win 4 straight, then lose 1 to Maple Grove, the eventual conference champs. Then they would go on and win 8 straight games before losing to Maple Grove once again, and then wrapping up the regular season with a win over Anoka right here at home over the Tornadoes. So Centennial coming into this game with a lot on the line and with some momentum as well. Winning 8 straight and then losing to the conference champs is not a bad thing per se, because they were within about 7 points in that game, and the last time they lost, they were within 2. So 2 very close games against a top team, not just in their conference, but in the state in Maple Grove. And they finished, as I mentioned, wrapped up the season over Anoka with a win, 69-55. Their first round, they beat Coon Rapids 64-46 right here at home. And they'll look to do the same tonight against Cambridge-Isanti, who in their first playoff game, they got the victory at home over Anoka 65-38. So this game tonight here bears a lot of weight. As I mentioned, one of these teams is going to move on to the championship game. The next will unfortunately have their season come to an end and have to go home and watch from there on out. But tonight, this game between the Centennial Cougars and the Cambridge-Isanti Blue Jackets should be a very, very good one. I'm excited for this game here tonight. The Blue Jackets, again, a very good season. Centennial, another good season. And it seems like this year we have so many more competitive teams than any years past. It just seems like each and every one of these teams is super competitive and makes every game super close. And I expect that to be the same thing here tonight. Of course, looking at Centennial, kind of interesting. In all their losses this year, in all but one, they've scored under 60 points in their losses. Yes, all but one, they have scored under 60 points. So maybe if you're the Blue Jackets, you might look at that and go, hey, if we can hold them under 60 points, we can not necessarily guarantee ourselves a win, but there's a good chance of a win in it. But also, if you're Cambridge-Isanti, got to make sure that you're also realizing that, hey, Centennial's going to pull out all the stops here, and they're not going to leave anything on the court. They're going to give it their all, so 60 points might not be enough. We'll take a commercial break to hear a word from some of our fine sponsors, and when we come back, we'll be set for tip-off here in Centennial between the Cambridge-Isanti Blue Jackets and the Centennial Cougars in this Section 7 4A semifinal game. You're listening to Girls Playoff Basketball on 95.5 FM, KBEK.
When you're ready to get engaged, make sure to shop Chilson Jewelers in downtown Cambridge for a wide variety of both natural and lab-grown diamonds. Why a lab-grown diamond? Lab-grown diamonds are eco-friendly and have all the same characteristics as natural diamonds. Plus, you could save up to 50% by choosing a lab-grown diamond for your center stone. When you're ready to take the next step in your relationship, find the perfect natural or lab-grown diamond at Chilson Jewelers, your custom design specialist in downtown Cambridge.
At Larson's Auto Body in Cambridge, we are committed to providing you with the finest quality of collision repairs. Our certified technicians are trained to repair your vehicle to manufacturer's specifications. We know that collisions are inconvenient. That's why we will work with your insurance company and offer loaner vehicles when necessary. Visit Larson's Auto Body online at larsonsautobody.com or call 763-689-1663. If you want your vehicle to look as good as it did before your collision, bring it to Larson's Auto Body in Cambridge.
Embrace Orthodontics offers a unique, specially trained approach to orthodontic treatment with Invisalign and braces. They love getting to know their patients personally and take the time to make sure all your questions are answered. Their board-certified orthodontists use only the latest in modern technology to give you the best treatment possible. They work with your insurance company and offer flexible financing options to fit your budget. Call today to set up your free exam and see if Embrace Orthodontics is right for you. More online at embracemn.com.
So you have found the one. And now you're looking for an engagement ring as unique and one of a kind as she is. For over 45 years, Chilson Jewelers in downtown Cambridge have been bringing couples closer together with our vast, beautifully designed bridal selection. Our custom design specialists will help you every step of the way, ensuring it will be the ring she has been dreaming about. Chilson Jewelers, your custom design specialists in downtown Cambridge.
Experience pure performance and exhilarating power with the full line of Yamaha YZ 2-stroke bikes. Visit Larson Cycle today to explore what's new for 2022. The revised YZ125 makes for the perfect step-up machine, featuring an all-new engine, revised 6-speed transmission, new brakes and suspension settings, improved rider ergonomics with a new aggressive styling, and more. The YZ250 also delivers improved rider ergonomics, new front and rear brakes, updated suspension settings, and aggressive styling. For a truly race-inspired look, check out the YZ250 and YZ125 Monster Energy Yamaha Racing Editions. And for the next generation of riders, YZ65, YZ85, and the YZ85LW deliver big specs in a smaller package. Visit Larson Cycle, find your Yamaha YZ, and enter the victory zone today. Dress properly for your ride with a helmet, eye protection, riding jacket, or long sleeve shirt, long pants, gloves, and boots. Do not drink and ride. It is illegal and dangerous.
Rydberg & Sons is your local family-owned and operated excavation company. From Class 5 and custom gravel crushing to shoreline restoration, Rydberg & Sons are your guys. They'll also do grading, build site preparation, demolition, graveling of roads, and much more. Need fill? They got you covered from boulders or gravel to recycled blacktop and concrete. So whether you're building, demolishing, landscaping, or have a muddy driveway, call the crew at Rydberg & Sons at 320-629-2503. Rydberg & Sons, we move the earth.
Great homes start with a sound foundation. That foundation starts with a mortgage from Northwoods Bank. Northwoods Bank is a community bank that knows the neighborhood. We have personalized home lending solutions, and with our Rapid Mortgage, apply online at northwoodsbank.com 24/7. Be approved in 20 minutes and be in your dream home sooner. Think local when it comes to your banking solutions. Northwoods Bank, we make it happen for you. Northwoods Bank is an equal housing lender and FDIC insured.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Visit Town & Country Insurance today at townandcountry-ins.com or stop in our offices in Finlayson, Hinckley, and Mora.
Back here on Nice 95.5 FM KBEK, home for tonight's Section 7 4A semi-final playoff game between the Centennial Cougars and the Cambridge-Isanti Blue Jackets. Starting for the Blue Jackets will be number 1, Michaela Ammer, number 3, Ayana Knight, number 22, Evelyn Wiltrout, number 33, Croy Vavra, and number 35, Mariah Wiltrout. They are head coached by Jody Ladal. The Cougars, their starting 5 will be Sydney Cubes, number 5, number 15, Haley Mulberry, number 23, Camille Cummings, number 24, Autumn McCall, and number 34, Marissa Frost. They are head coached by Jamie Sabolic. And it is just about set for tip-off here at Centennial High School, and the Cambridge-Isanti Blue Jackets getting ready to take on the Cougars. Again, this Section 7 4A semifinal game, the winner will move on to the championship game this Thursday at North Branch High School, and they'll either take on Blaine or Andover. Student section right next to me, so if it gets a little loud, they're just into it. Starting 5 announced, the tip-off just about set to start. It looks like it'll be Autumn McCall and Mariah Wiltrout at center court to start the game for these teams. Here at Centennial High School in Circle Pines, Minnesota. Just about ready. Referee gets to center court. We're just about ready to start this game between the Centennial Cougars at home, taking on the 4th seed Cambridge-Isanti Blue Jackets. Centennial, the number 1 seed. So they'll get the pleasure of having 2 home games here. Again, their first home game they won to get to this one. Just about ready, I think. Oh, there we go. The referee out there and ready, and now we're set to begin. And here we go. Tip-off is underway, and the Blue Jackets will win the tip-off. The Blue Jackets will give it off to Michaela Ammer, the North Dakota Fighting Sioux commit, or excuse me, Fighting Hawks. And now she gives it off to Will Trout. Will Trout back over here to Ayana Knight. Now across the way to Michaela Ammer. Ammer drives inside. I don't know if she tried to pass it inside to Will Trout or if she was going for the shot, but they're going to give her the benefit of the doubt on that one and get a foul on Centennial early on here. That foul going to go against Frost. Frost will be the guilty Cougar, and that'll send Ammer to the line for two. Ammer makes the first one, and she'll get the first points on the board here of the game for either side. Cambridge-Isanti strikes first. Kayla Ammer again, the North Dakota commit. And Ammer hits both. So Ammer makes both, and now the Cougars will head up the way. It's Cubes with it, here on the near side. She's looking into the near side corner for Cummings. That's stolen away here by the Blue Jackets, and taking up the court is Ammer. Ammer on the near side elbow, gives it up to Knight. Knight gives it across the way now to Vavra. Vavra looking, trying to get around the defender, gives it off to Michaela Ammer on the far side. Ammer under the defender, now gives it out to Will Trout. Will Trout going to drive inside, puts up the shot. That's no good. Rebounded by Mccall. Mccall takes it up the court, gives it off on the far side to Frost. Now for three from Cubes is no good. And looks like this ball will go out of bounds. Last touch by the Blue Jackets. Blue Jackets will be the last to touch it, and Centennial will get to inbound. Centennial looking to inbound, trying to inbound it. The 5-second, the whistle, did it go? It did. The 5-second whistle blew before she threw it off of the defender, and it'll be a turnover for Centennial, and they'll give it back to Cambridge-Isanti. Michaela Ammer up the court with it. About a minute gone off the clock here. Ammer takes it up to the basket herself. It's blocked. Blocked at the net by Cubes. It goes out of bounds, so Cambridge-Isanti will hold on to it, but Cubes with the block there, denying Ammer's shot. Now looking to inbound is Will Trout. That's Evelyn Will Trout. Will Trout gets it into Ammer on the far side. Ammer nearly loses the ball, and she gets it back for herself. Now she's struggling, and it's stolen away here by Frost. Frost gets the steal, takes it up the court. Now drifting into the paint, takes it up towards the basket. Shot is up and no good. And the rebound there by the Blue Jackets. Ayana Knight takes it to the basket. Nice spin on that one, and she gets it up and in for two. Ayana Knight gets the points there for Cambridge-Isanti, and the Cougars will take it back, trailing 4-0 here. Minute and a half gone off the clock. A little bit of a trap here on the near side on Mccall. She gets it back out to her teammate Cubes. Now on the far side to Cubes again, excuse me. That was Mulberry. Mulberry now with it at the top of the key. Mulberry directing traffic, telling Cubes to go one way, and then she'll pass it off now to Cummings. Cummings on the far side gives it back to the top of the key to Cubes. Cubes now on the near side for Frost, back to Mulberry in the near side corner for Cubes. And that is nearly stolen away. Is it stolen away? It is stolen away by Michaela Ammer. Ammer with the steal is going to pull up just inside the three-point line. No good. And getting the rebound is going to be Knight. Ayana Knight with the rebound gives it back out to Will Trout. Will Trout now to Ammer. Ammer looking to get around the defender Frost. Now she gives it back out to Knight. Ayana Knight trying to give a head nod to where she wants her teammate to go. Vavra now with it on the near side corner. Gives it out to Ammer. Ammer just inside for two. No good. Off the glass, and getting the rebound is Vavra. Centennial had it but lost it. Now inside the pass from Ayana Knight to Will Trout. Back out to Knight for three. That's no good, and getting the position on the rebound is Cummings. Cummings got the rebound for Centennial, takes it up the court on the near side. Now drifting inside the paint, puts up the shot. It is no good. And getting the rebound again is Cambridge-Isanti. Ammer has it at the top of the key, directing traffic, gives it off, tried to get it off there to Will Trout. She does come down with it. That's Evelyn Will Trout. Now pass it across to Ayana Knight. Now inside to Will Trout. Will Trout to Vavra for two. Two from the free throw line is no good. The rebound by Mulberry. Mulberry up on the near side, and that is nearly stolen away, knocked out of bounds by the Blue Jackets. So the Cougars will hang on to it. 4-0 is the score, 14:47 to go here in the first half. We're actually going to get a foul here on Vavra. So the Cougars will get set to inbound once again. Cougars from 3 is no good. And fighting for the rebound. Looks like we might get a jump ball call. Looks like the possession arrow favors Centennial. 14:41 to go. Centennial will inbound. Now getting it out here to Cummings. Cummings gets it in the near side corner. Now back on the far side for Cubes for 3, and that is good. Sydney Cubes for 3 will make it a 1-point deficit now for Centennial. 4-3 is the score, 14.5 to go. Michaela Ammer trying to get past Frost, but Frost poked it out. Ammer gets it back. Ammer trying to drive towards the basket. No good on her shot. Getting the rebound and putting it back up and in for 2 is Mariah Wiltrout, making it 6-3. 6-3 the score in favor of Cambridge-Isanti. Now with it is Frost. She gives it off on the near side here to Mulberry. Mulberry will give it off on the far side to Cubes. Cubes gives it back to Frost now to Mulberry. Mulberry stands at the top of the key. Mulberry directing traffic, gets it off to Frost on the far side for 3, and that is good. Frost will tie the game at 6 with her 3-point shot. And tied at 6. Took a while for Centennial to get going, but now they're finally on the board. And they've tied it up with 13.5 to go. Ayana Knight with it at the top of the key, trying to get it around the defender. Mulberry gives it off on the far side to Ammer. Ammer getting around one defender, will pull up just a short jumper. That's no good, and getting the rebound, easy rebound for Cubes. Tied at 6. And it's Mulberry up the court. Mulberry trying to drive inside, and it looks like we get a foul here on Cambridge-Isanti. Ayana Knight with the foul. And the Blue Jackets with their second team foul. And Centennial gets another whistle on the 5-second inbound clock, so unfortunately another turnover for them. And they'll have to give it back to Cambridge-Isanti. So the second turnover on the inbound there for Centennial. Sometimes it's not even their fault. You just got to give credit to the defense. Now double teamed is Ammer, nearly losing it. Then she gives it off here to Wiltrout. Now to Ayana Knight, nearly stolen away, but just on the boundary line. That was Mulberry nearly getting the steal for Centennial. But it was dribbled on the boundary line. Now Evelyn Wiltrout will inbound it for Cambridge-Isanti. Tried to bounce pass it to Ammer. It's stolen away. Oh, and then stolen right back by Wiltrout. So Wiltrout got the steal. Frost got the steal initially for Centennial. And then they get the rebound. Now at the top of the key is Frost on the far side here for Cubes. Now to Frost. Now on the far side for Cubes once again. Cubes looking for Mulberry, and she'll give it to Mulberry. Mulberry at the top of the key. 12.5 to go in the first half. Tied at 6. Cubes at the top of the key. She'll put it up from 3. That's good. Sydney Cubes will make it 9-6 now in favor of Centennial. Quickly down the court are the Blue Jackets. Ayana Knight with the shot. No good. Rebounded here by Mccall. Out of Mccall. And now down the court go the Cougars. That shot is no good. Fighting for the rebound. Looks like Cougars had it, lost it, now have it back once again. And now Michaela Ammer is going to get her first foul. She comes in a little bit too hard trying to take the ball back for Cambridge-Isanti. Cambridge-Isanti gets their third team foul here. Looks like we get a couple of substitutions here. Grace Pullman checks into the game for Centennial. And this is no good, out of bounds by Centennial, and ball will go back over to the Blue Jackets. Blue Jackets have it, and in for them is number 14, Ellie Davis. On the far side with it, that is Haley Jared. Jared now gets it off to Wiltrout. Evelyn Wiltrout going to drive inside, puts up the shot. It is no good. And it will stay with the Blue Jackets as the Cougars were the last to touch it. Getting it inbounded here for Will Trout. She puts it up and in for 2. That makes it 9-8. Cougars still with the lead here. Now down the other way, putting it up and in for 2 for the Cougars, making it 11-8. And that was Autumn McCall. And she also was fouled there by Mariah Will Trout, team's 4th. And now McCall has a chance to make it a 3-point play. 11:31 to go here in the first half. McCall drains it. 3-point play there for Centennial off the foul, and it's 12-8. Ammer directing traffic as she stands, nearly has it poked away by Frost. She does. It's going to go out of bounds. Frost has been all over Michaela Ammer so far. That's the second time she's had the ball poked out by Frost. Getting a screen from Davis is Ammer now going to be double teamed, and that is poked out once again by Frost, and Frost going to get the steal here for Centennial. Frost, another steal, give her 3 on the night. A far side 3 is no good. Rebounded by Cambridge-Isanti. Blue Jackets with it up the court. Michaela Ammer trying to dribble inside, pulls up from the free throw line. That's no good, and getting the rebound is Camille Cummings. Now quickly passed down the court for the Cougars. Looking to get it to the top of the key now for Marissa Frost. Now back on the near side here for Cubes. And that's a 3. A 3 from Camille Cummings. Makes it 15-8. And I believe we now have a timeout call. So a timeout taken there by Cambridge-Isanti, who trails 15-8 right now. They got out to a 6-0 lead early on, but since it has been all Centennial here with 10:42 left in the first half, Centennial has just been great from 3. They've made 4 threes thus far, and Camille Cummings just made a 3, or excuse me, Autumn McCall just made a 3-point play. So the Cougars off to a slow start, then got things going, and since then it has been all Centennial. A 15-2 run since Cambridge-Isanti got out to a 6-0 lead. Impressive here from Centennial. But Cambridge-Isanti, they've gone cold. They've just missed some of those inside easy shots, and if you're Cambridge-Isanti, you got to work on getting those rebounds as well. That's something that Centennial's doing very well right now on the defensive side, is they're just rebounding so well, and Marissa Frost right now all over Michaela Ammer. Ammer has no room to breathe on that defensive or offensive side because Frost has poked out the ball now 3 times and it's been stolen once. Frost has 3 steals already in this first half. 15-8. Michaela Ammer takes it up the court. She'll pass it off now to Haley Jared. Jared now off to Ayana Knight. Now on the far side for Ammer. Ammer gives it back to Davis. Davis now to Jared, now to Ayana Knight. Ayana Knight on the near side gives it to Ammer. Ammer was going to pull up from just inside the 3-point line. It's no good. Rebounded here by McCall. McCall will give it off to Pullman. Pullman all the way on the far side to Cubes. Now back to the top of the key. Inside for 2. And that is Pullman. Pullman for 2 makes it 17-8. And now taking it inside is Ayana Knight, and she'll be fouled, and that's going to be only the team's 2nd for Centennial. Foul is on Cubes. Team's 2nd, her 1st, and Ayana Knight at the line to shoot 2. 10:04 to go. Centennial leads 17-8. Knight is good on the first. Knight only makes 1, and then the rebound taken by Cubes for Centennial. Up the court go the Cougars. With it is Frost. Frost gives it off now on the far side to Cummings. Cummings drifts to the near side, wanted to go inside. Said she'll pass it back to the top of the key now for Cubes going inside, and that is nearly stolen away, but McCall gets it back, and it will be taken away here by the Blue Jackets. Ammer up the court. Her team trails 17-9. Gives it off on the far side here for Jared. Jared tried to give it back to Davis. It was poked out by a Centennial defender. Now it goes back to the top of the key for Ammer. Now inside to Vavra. Vavra turns around, puts up the shot, in for 2. Makes it 17-11. Cougars still with the lead. Marissa Frost will inbound here to Cummings. Cummings right back to Frost. Frost on the near side gives it up the court to Cubes. Cubes inside, and the shot is no good, but Mccall there for the rebound. And we get a jump ball call, and the possession arrow favors Cambridge-Isanti. So the Blue Jackets will take over after that jump ball. Possession arrow favors the Blue Jackets, and bit of substitution here for Centennial. Checking into the game is Tharp. And now on the near side is Michaela Ammer for 3, and that is good. Michaela Ammer drains the 3 and makes it 17-14. So Ammer finally found some room to shoot, and now quickly up the court is Centennial. Centennial with it, and for 3, that is good. From, let's see who, that is from Frost. Marissa Frost answers with a 3 of her own to make it 20-14. Centennial. Jared gives it off to Ammer. Ammer at the top of the key. Goes all the way back to Jared. Nera on the near side. In the corner. Now fakes the 3 and puts it off the side of the backboard. It goes out of bounds. And Centennial will take over. 20-14. 8:22 to go here in the first half. Cummings gets the inbound back from Frost. She'll give it back to Frost. Now on the far side, give it to number 11. That is Macy Littlefield. Littlefield back out to Frost. Frost going inside, and shot is up and in for 2. And the shot good there from Littlefield. Makes it 22-14. This is stolen away by Littlefield. Littlefield with the steal quickly up the court, and it's taken right back by the Blue Jackets. Under 8 minutes to go, 22-14. Centennial with the lead, and trying to drive inside is Michaela Ammer, and she'll draw the foul from Centennial. That's going to be on Tharp. So Michaela Ammer will go to the line to shoot 2. And the first shot is up and in by Michaela Ammer. Makes it 22-15. Back into the game for the Blue Jackets is Mariah Wiltrout. And checking in for the first time tonight is Emily Cox. And the shot is up and good by Michaela Ammer. She makes both, making it 22-16. Now back the other way goes Centennial. Ammer nearly with the steal, but getting it off now to Littlefield. Littlefield on the near side. Gives it off now to Megan Stacy. Stacy has this stolen away by Ammer. Ammer up the court quickly, gives it off to Ayana Knight. Ammer takes it back from Knight. Shot is up, no good. Ammer gets her own rebound, and she'll take it out on the far side. This nearly stolen away, but she gets it to Ayana Knight just over the defender, Pullman. Ayana Knight will hand it off to Ammer. And foul going to be called on Centennial. The foul will go on Megan Stacy. Her first, team's 4th. Wiltrout, Evelyn Wiltrout will inbound here to Ayana Knight at the top of the key. Now gives it back to Wiltrout. Wiltrout thought about 3, but then gives it off to Michaela Ammer at the top of the key. Now giving it off to Ayana Knight on the far side corner. Knight stops, gives it off to Evelyn Wiltrout. Wiltrout into the far side corner to Knight. Now back to Evelyn Wiltrout. Wiltrout going to drive inside, gets around one defender. Shot is up, no good, and rebounded there by Megan Stacy. 22-16, just under 7 minutes to go here in this first half between the Cougars and Blue Jackets. And taking it to the net is Camille Cummings for 2. And that'll make it 24-16. Centennial with an 8-point lead over Cambridge-Isanti here with 6:43 to go in the first half. Centennial has a 24-16 lead. And again, you know, in this conference or section, these two teams are the highest scoring teams, and right now it looks like it. Centennial had a little bit of a slow start, but they have since just been hot, white hot here in this half. Cambridge-Isanti got out to a 6-0 lead, but since then Centennial went on a 15-2 run. And timeout over with. Cambridge-Isanti does get the ball to start out of this timeout. Getting set to inbound will be Evelyn Wiltrout. She'll inbound it to Knight. Knight directing traffic. Telling Emily Cox where she wants her to go. She gives it off to Cox on the near side elbow. Gives it back to Knight. Knight's now standing at the top of the key. Looking, communicating with her teammates. Gives it off to Cox. Cox guarded well here by Cummings. Now gives it back to Knight. Knight on the far side tried to give it inside. She does to Evelyn Wiltrout. Wiltrout is up. Shot is no good. She does get her own rebound, and she'll be fouled. That'll be Centennial's 5th team foul, and Wiltrout will get to inbound. That's going to go against Pullman. Her first, again, team's 5th. 4 team fouls for Cambridge-Isanti with 6:19 to go in this first half. Wiltrout will inbound to Michaela Ammer on the near side corner for 3. That is no good. And getting the rebound there is Grace Pullman for Centennial. Quickly up the court goes Camille Cummings. Cummings on the near side. Gives it off now to Stacy. Stacy looking to drive inside. That is Megan Stacy. She gives it back to Cummings. Cummings going to drive inside herself. Gives it out on the far side here. 3 is no good. Rebound by Centennial. No good on the shot again. And fighting for the rebound. And going to say it will stay with Centennial, so the Cougars will get the ball back on that. Looks like we'll have our starting 5 out there for Centennial. They'll get 4 substitutions here. The only one not going to be part of the starting 5 out there will be Camille Cummings for Centennial. 24-16, under 6 minutes to go. Cubes looking to get the inbound, and now they will get it to Cubes. Nearly that 5-second inbound clock almost went off, and this ball nearly stolen away, but getting it back for the Cougars is Frost. Now gives it off to Cubes for 3, no good. And Wiltrout will get the rebound. That's Evelyn Wiltrout getting the rebound for Cambridge-Isanti. Gives it off to Ammer. Now on the far side corner for Knight. Knight going to drive inside. She's going to pull up just inside the free throw line. That's no good, and getting the rebound there is Mccall. Mccall, she'll just hand it off here to Mulberry. Mulberry takes it up the court. Now driving in, she'll give it off to Mccall. Mccall, short 2, no good. Evelyn Wiltrout gets the rebound here for Cambridge-Isanti. Gives it off to Ammer. Ammer trying to drive inside, puts it up off the backboard and in for 2. Michaela Ammer for 2. Makes it 24-18. Cougars still with the lead with about 5 minutes to go here. Frost with it, now on the near side. Gives it off the near side corner. And now dribbling, trying to go inside. We'll give it off to Mulberry, but before that happens, I think they're going to get a travel here on Centennial. So the ball will go back over to Cambridge-Isanti. Looks like Croy Vavra will check back into the game here for Mariah Wiltrout. Under 5 minutes to go. Centennial leads 24-18 over the Blue Jackets in this Section 7-4A semifinal game. Winner moves on to Thursday at North Branch, and they'll face the winner of Blaine and Andover. Wiltrout, Evelyn Wiltrout gives it to Knight. Ayana Knight nearly had it stolen away. She does have it stolen away by Mulberry. Mulberry up the court and up and in for 2 for Centennial. And that is Frost again. Frost a problem so far here for Cambridge-Isanti. Now the other way goes Ammer, no good on the shot. Rebound goes back out to her. She puts it up off the backboard and in for 2. Making it 26-20. Centennial with the lead. Mulberry in the near side corner. Now inside for Cubes, back outside to Pullman. Pullman goes to Mulberry. Mulberry now out to Frost. Frost goes inside. Shot is up and in for 2. Shooting inside for the 2 is Mccall. Just a beautiful job by Mccall, knowing where the defense was at and being aware and knowing she had a open opportunity to get it to her teammate. And this ball goes out of bounds, last touched by the Cougars. Evelyn Wiltrout will get set to inbound for Cambridge-Isanti. Knocking that ball out of bounds was Cubes. Inbound is to Michaela Ammer. She's double teamed here in the far side corner. Gets it out to Ayana Knight at the top of the key. She's going to drive, look for a shot. That is no good. Last touch by Centennial, though. And the Blue Jackets will get it back. Ayana Knight's going to check out of the game, and for hers, Mariah Wiltrout. Evelyn Wiltrout will get set to inbound. She gets it to Michaela Ammer on the far side. Michaela Ammer again poked by Frost, but she gets it back. Ammer's shot is knocked away. And Cubes will get it back, and she's going to have to throw it off the defender, Evelyn Wiltrout, as it goes out of bounds. She was guarded well by Wiltrout, but had to throw it off of her because of the good protection. She'll get it into Frost, and Frost will now get it over to Mulberry. Mulberry takes it up the court, gives it off now. And trying to go inside, but has it stolen away, does Centennial here by Jared. Kayla Ammer, she's going to pull up just inside the three. That is no good. And again, just unable to get these offensive rebounds. Are Cambridge-Isanti going to get a foul here on the Blue Jackets? That's going to go against Mariah Wiltrout. Her second, team's fifth. 3:15 to go, 28-20. Emily Cox checks into the game for Cambridge-Isanti, inbound to Frost. Frost will give it back over to Mulberry. Mulberry on the far side gives it back across to Frost. Frost back to Mulberry. Now going in the far side corner to Pullman. Back out to Mulberry, and Mulberry just holds on to it. And it looks like we're going to get a timeout here from Centennial. So with 3:01 to go, it's a 28-20 game. Centennial on top, but these two teams are going back and forth so far here. After the halfway point. Again, Centennial got off to a slow start, but they went on a 15-2 run, give them a 15-8 lead. And then since then, it's been pretty back and forth. Blue Jackets have gotten some shots to fall, but right now, Centennial, the threes have really been what have helped Centennial get back into this game. I mean, they've had 4 successful three-point shots, and then a three-point play from Autumn Mccall as she got a shot to fall, and then the and one as well. So the threes have really been a huge key in this first half for Centennial, and they've been trying to hit them here as of late, but just have gone a little bit cold from outside the arc. Inbound goes to Frost. Frost at the top of the key gives it to Cummings. Now to Frost at the top of the key for three. That is no good. Rebound there by Cambridge-Isanti. Blue Jackets will take it up the court. Taking it up the court is Michaela Ammer. Ammer going to set things up for offense, gives it off to Evelyn Wiltrout in the near side corner. Now to Jared. Jared at the top of the key, gives it off to Ammer. Ammer to Emily Cox on the far side corner. Now to Wiltrout. Wiltrout to Jared. Jared now to Ammer. Ammer in the near side corner. Ammer trying to drive inside on Frost. Ammer still, as she fell to the court. She kept dribbling the ball. That was pretty impressive. Michaela Ammer, she was driving inside, fell to the court as Frost poked it out. She kept dribbling the ball, and they call it a jump ball, and that was held on to by Cambridge-Isanti due to the possession arrow favoring them. Under 2.5 to go. Cambridge-Isanti would love to get a couple points back here and hold Centennial off the board. Jared gets the pass here from Evelyn Wiltrout. Now she gives it off to Cox, and that is nearly poked out of bounds, but Wiltrout will pull up. And no good on the shot. Jared is going to get the rebound but dribble it out of bounds. The ball will go back over to the Centennial Cougars to lead 28-20. Going to give a chance to get the subs in here. Ayana Knight will check back into the game for Cambridge-Isanti. Cummings will give it in. She gives it off to Frost. Frost will take it up the court. She looks one way, gives it off on the near side. Pullman giving it back to Frost, now to Cummings. Cummings wants to drive inside, gets around one defender, gives it off to Frost. Now in the near side corner for three. His cube's no good on the shot, and Cambridge-Isanti will get the rebound. A rebound there for Cambridge-Isanti. And trying to take it to the basket is Michaela Ammer. Has no choice but just to throw that one up as she got into trouble as she drove to the basket. No good, rebound, and nice Euro step, no good on the shot is Centennial, but they get the rebound back. And getting the rebound was Mccall. And Not sure if we got a foul call there. No, ball will go back to Centennial. Ball is Cambridge-Isanti's right now. Amr with it, gives it off to Ayana Knight on the far side, going inside for Evelyn Wiltrout. Wiltrout spins around, puts it up off the backboard in for two. Nice pass there, but from Ayana Knight to Evelyn Wiltrout, and then Wiltrout with a nice job. Nice spin move there to get past the defender. Nice job to hold on to it. Under a minute left. Here, Centennial holds on to it. It's Mulberry. Mulberry on the near side elbow, gives it off here to Cummings. Cummings in the far side corner for three. That shot is well short, but getting the rebound, putting it up and in for two is Mccall. And it's 30-22, exactly what Cambridge-Isanti didn't want. And now 30-22. If you're Cambridge-Isanti, I think you want to take the rest of the time off the clock and get the last points of the first half. Don't want to give Centennial any chance here. This pass in the near side corner to Cox. Now back to the top of the key to Ayana Knight, and they're going to get a foul here on Centennial. Foul is on Mulberry. Team's sixth, Mulberry's first. 26 seconds to go in the first half. Mariah Wiltrout will check in here for Cox. 30-22 the score, 26.5 seconds to go. Evelyn Wiltrout inbounds to Amr, now to Ayana Knight, going inside for Vavra. Vavra could have turned around and put up a shot. She doesn't, and now she does, and now the ball is up for grabs. And looks like we're going to get a foul here on Cambridge-Isanti. Knight gets the foul call on her. 16 foul and her second. So Centennial will have the chance here to get the last score before half. Cummings takes it up the court with 12 seconds left, 11, 10 seconds left. Cummings pauses, gives it off here to Mulberry. Mulberry on the near side elbow, gives it off on the far side, now the near side for Cummings. Cummings at the three-point line, 2-1, and the shot is stolen away by Wiltrout. She did not realize how much time was left, as she did get the steal. So Evelyn Wiltrout will get a steal before half here for Cambridge-Isanti, but we will go to half as halftime has come upon us, and the Centennial Cougars lead 30-22 over Cambridge-Isanti in this Section 7 4A semifinal game. 30-22 Centennial leads, and we'll take a commercial break here. Word from our fine sponsors. When we come back, I'll recap the first half, give you our stat leaders for each side, and also give you my keys to the second half. You're listening to girls basketball here on Nice 95.5 KBEK.
Keep it clean at Maytag Laundry, with locations in North Branch, Pine City, Cambridge, and Mora. Whether you have rugs that need cleaning, quilts, or comforters, no job is too big for the machines at Maytag Laundry. Your items will look brand new. Whatever you need clean, the machines at Maytag Laundry are up for the task. So when you need to keep it clean, look to the big machines at Maytag Laundry in North Branch, Pine City, Cambridge, and Mora. With the price of cars skyrocketing, it's more important than ever for you to find the right financing. That's why you need Mccall Credit Union. Mccall's competitive rates start at 2.24% APR. Mccall extends lower new car rates to used vehicles with under 100,000 miles. And Mccall offers warranty protection that can save you thousands of dollars. To learn more, visit one of Mccall's 6 offices or call 763-689-1071 or apply online at mccall.com.
Insurance. It's something you don't want to think about, something you hope you don't have to use, and it's something you definitely don't want to overpay for. Are your rates too high? That's where Bozeman Newton Insurance Agency can help. If you haven't shopped around for insurance for a while, you may be shocked to find out how much you're overpaying every month on your insurance. Let Bozeman Newton Insurance Agency help you find the best rate for your auto, home, business, recreational, or life insurance. Rates too high? Call or visit Bozeman Newton Insurance Agency today.
When you're ready to get engaged, make sure to shop Chilson Jewelers in downtown Cambridge for a wide variety of both natural and lab-grown diamonds. Why a lab-grown diamond? Lab-grown diamonds are eco-friendly and have all the same characteristics as natural diamonds. Plus, you could save up to 50% by choosing a lab-grown diamond for your center stone. When you're ready to take the next step in your relationship, find the perfect natural or lab-grown diamond at Chilson Jewelers, your custom design specialists in downtown Cambridge.
At Larson's Auto Body in Cambridge, we are committed to providing you with the finest quality of collision repairs. Our certified technicians are trained to repair your vehicle to manufacturer's specifications. We know that collisions are inconvenient. That's why we will work with your insurance company and offer loaner vehicles when necessary. Visit Larson's Auto Body online at larsonsautobody.com or call 763-689-1663. If you want your vehicle to look as good as it did before your collision, bring it to Larson's Auto Body in Cambridge.
Embrace Orthodontics offers a unique, specially trained approach to orthodontic treatment with Invisalign and braces. They love getting to know their patients personally and take the time to make sure all your questions are answered. Their board-certified orthodontists use only the latest in modern technology to give you the best treatment possible. They work with your insurance company and offer flexible financing options to fit your budget. Call today to set up your free exam and see if Embrace Orthodontics is right for you. More online at embracemn.com.
So you have found the one, and now you're looking for an engagement ring as unique and one of a kind as she is. For over 45 years, Chilson Jewelers in downtown Cambridge have been bringing couples closer together with our vast, beautifully designed bridal selection. Our custom design specialists will help you every step of the way, ensuring it will be the ring she has been dreaming about. Chilson Jewelers, your custom design specialists in downtown Cambridge.
Experience pure performance and exhilarating power with the full line of Yamaha YZ 2-stroke bikes. Visit Larson Cycle today to explore what's new for 2022. The revised YZ125 makes for the perfect step-up machine, featuring an all-new engine, revised 6-speed transmission, new brakes and suspension settings, improved rider ergonomics with a new aggressive styling, and more. The YZ250 also delivers improved rider ergonomics, new front and rear brakes, updated suspension settings, and aggressive styling. For a truly race-inspired look, check out the YZ250 and YZ125 Monster Energy Yamaha Racing Editions. And for the next generation of riders, YZ65, YZ85, and the YZ85LW deliver big specs in a smaller package. Visit Larson Cycle, find your Yamaha YZ, and enter the victory zone today. Dress properly for your ride with a helmet, eye protection, riding jacket, or long sleeve shirt, long pants, gloves, and boots. Do not drink and ride. It is illegal and dangerous. Back here at Centennial High School, where we are playing the Section 7 4A semifinal game between the Centennial Cougars and the Cambridge-Isanti Blue Jackets. Blue Jackets right now trail 30-22 here at halftime. With about 5 minutes left in the half, we are getting set for the second half of action with Centennial leading again 30-22. Leading the way in that first half for Cambridge-Isanti was Michaela Ammer with 11 points, and then 4 for Mariah Wiltrout, 3 for Ayana Knight, 2 for Evelyn Wiltrout and Croy Vavra. They had 5 first half steals and 6 first half fouls. Now, they were up 6-0 here in the first half early on, and then Centennial went on a 15-2 run to take a 15-8 lead, and that's really when you could tell Centennial went down and scored quickly. They came back and stopped Cambridge-Isanti from scoring, and then they went down and scored again. And to tie it up, they hit 2 threes in a row to make it 6-6. And Cambridge-Isanti since then hasn't really had an answer for Centennial's rebounding. It's really been the rebounding here on defense for Centennial that has been huge. Cambridge-Isanti just cannot combat it right now. Their offense trying to find ways, any way they can, to get around Centennial's defense to get the rebound, but as of right now, they are not crashing the glass that much, and they're trying to just get back on defense and get the ball back for their offense. And Michaela Ammer, she's done a good job tonight, but give credit to Centennial. Centennial has been all over her tonight with Marissa Frost. Marissa Frost has had 3 steals in the first half and many more pokes at the ball of Michaela Ammer. So Ammer's been dealing hard right now with Marissa Frost, and give credit again to Centennial's defense. They have just been all over. They haven't allowed anything open except for those first 6 points from Cambridge-Isanti. Centennial's been all over the Blue Jackets here in the first half, but there have been signs of life for Cambridge-Isanti and signs of things that they can really build on here in the second half. So it's not like they don't have anything going for them. They certainly do, and they can certainly turn things around in a hurry. We know how explosive this team can be, and they'll hope to do that here in the second half, trailing by 8. Leading on the other side for the Centennial Cougars was Marissa Frost with 8 points, 7 for Anna Mccall, 6 for Sydney Cubes, 5 for Camille Cummings, and then 2 for Grace Pullman and Macy Littlefield. They had 6 first-half fouls as well, along with 5 first-half steals. But Anna Mccall really was their biggest rebounder there. She had 6. Again, these are unofficial stats here. I just try to keep as close of track as I can here to the game, plus some stats. But rebound-wise, leading the way was Anna Mccall, unofficially with 6 rebounds there in that first half. Yes, 6 rebounds in the first half for Anna Mccall, and she led the team. And that has really been the key here for Centennial, is getting the rebounds on defense. They have not allowed Cambridge-Isanti any openings to go and even try and grab the rebound on offense, because when they have, Centennial's done a good job of positioning themselves in the way and grabbing the fouls and forcing fouls from the Cambridge-Isanti Blue Jackets. Now, the Blue Jackets did look to be in trouble early on with the fouls, but they did a good job and then forced some from Centennial. But again, a pretty even game other than the scoreboard between these two teams. 6 first-half fouls for each, 5 first-half steals for each. It has really been lopsided, though, on the rebound side of things. Centennial has well out-rebounded the Cambridge-Isanti Blue Jackets, and they have 2 players, with 3 rebounds. That's Evelyn Wiltrout and Michaela Ammer. But, Centennial right now just kind of has all the answers for Cambridge-Isanti, whatever they bring at them. And, Centennial well out-rebounding the Blue Jackets. And it's not even really a lot of offensive rebounds. It's mainly defensive rebounds. Now, Centennial has had their fair share of offensive rebounds as well, but the rebounds have well come on the defensive side. And for Cambridge-Isanti, that's a key for me in the second half. Your offense seems to be moving smoothly. You got a little bit of a lull there in the first half, but other than that, it moved pretty smoothly. I think you're going to have to start pulling up from that three-point range a little bit more and try and get more rebounds on the offensive side. You're getting a lot on the defense, but you're going to have to work on getting those on the offensive side as well if you want to get back into this game and prevent Centennial from pulling away. Centennial had a chance to go up by 10 as they got their, could have had the last second shot, but it was stolen away by Evelyn Wiltrout there late in the first half, and she didn't realize how many seconds were left. There were 2 seconds left when she got the steal, and she didn't realize it and did not put up a half-court shot, so unfortunately did not even have a chance. I don't know if, she was pretty far away, but we've seen some incredible shots before. She may have had one, but just didn't realize how much time was left, and that's unfortunate. But the Cougars do have a 30-22 lead here coming into the second half. And Centennial will start with the ball to begin the half. So the Cougars will start with the ball to begin the second half. Cambridge-Isanti trying to get back into this game and head to the championship game on Thursday at North Branch High School between either Blaine or Andover. The ball is inbounded to Frost. Frost was their playmaker there in the first half. And now she'll give it off to Mulberry. Mulberry looking for Cummings. Instead gives it off to McCall. McCall back to Mulberry. Mulberry now to Frost. Frost. Frost on the near side gives it off to Mulberry. Top of the key now to Cummings. Cummings tries to drive inside. Gives it off to Frost. Frost now back to Cummings on the far side for Cubes. Cubes guarded by Wiltrout, and now gives it off to Cummings for a long 2. No good. Evelyn Wiltrout will come down with the rebound for Cambridge-Isanti. Cambridge-Isanti takes it up the court, nearly stolen away, but Michaela Ammer gives it back to Evelyn Wiltrout. Now out to Ayana Knight on the far side, looking for 3. Instead gives it off to Ammer now on the near side, far side elbow. Now to Wiltrout, going inside for Vavra, putting it up off the glass, in for 2, That is Mariah Wiltrout for 2. Puts it up and in off the backboard, 30-24, just about a minute off the board in the second half. 30-24, Centennial still with the lead. Cummings gives it off to Cubes. Cubes wide open for 2, no good, off the side of the rim. And Mariah Wiltrout will get the rebound here for Cambridge-Isanti. Taking up the court is Michaela Ammer. Ammer, top of the key, backs things up, gives it off. Now to Vavra. Vavra gives it off to Evelyn Wiltrout. Evelyn Wiltrout, top of the key, nearly had it stolen away, gives it inside to Ayana Knight. Ayana Knight takes things back outside the perimeter. And now we're going to get the first foul here of the second half. On Centennial, it's going to go against Mulberry, her second, team's first of the second half. So the Blue Jackets will inbound it here to Ammer. Ammer looked for a screen, and now she's going to be double-teamed. Gets through the double-team, gives it off to Wiltrout, now inside to Ayana Knight, and she's going to have it. No, nearly stolen away, got it off to Wiltrout. Mariah Wiltrout does not come down with the rebound, and instead it is, I can't quite see the number. think it's Mulberry who came down with a rebound. And it was. Mulberry gets the rebound here for Centennial, but we get a third foul here on Ayana Knight, the team's first of the second half. Minute and a half gone off the board here in the second half as the Cougars take over with it. Frost with it. Trying to drive inside, now gives it off to Mulberry. Mulberry on the near side, backs things up. She's guarded well by Amr. Now across the court to Cubes. Cubes on the far side, gives it off to Cummings. Cummings trying to drive inside. The shot is up off the backboard. No good! And rebounded there by Evelyn Wiltrout. She was their leading rebounder in the first half. Amr takes it up the court, now wants to drive inside herself. She's up, no good. And a foul going to be called against Centennial. Foul is on Mccall. That's her first and the team's second of this second half. Looks like it is going to be 2 for Michaela Amr from the line. First one is up and gets the friendly roll off the rim. It does drop in, 30-25. So Amr makes the first. And does not get the second one to fall. It will remain 30-25. And getting the rebound there was who else but Frost. Frost now at the top of the key. She'll drive just inside the perimeter. Puts up a long 2. It's up and in. 32-25. And now Amr up with it on the far side. She backs up, pauses just for a moment. She'll give it off to Evelyn Wiltrout on the far side corner. She stops, tries to give it inside to Mariah Wiltrout, who puts it up and in for 2. Mariah Wiltrout from Evelyn Wiltrout makes it 32-27 with 15 and a half minutes to go. Cubes with it, gives it back to Mulberry, now on the far side to Frost, now to Cubes for 3. That's no good, and getting the rebound, though, is Mccall for Centennial. She nearly loses the ball. She'll get it back out to Cummings. Cummings for 3. That's no good, and getting the rebound is Mulberry. Mulberry gonna get fouled. And that is gonna go against Evelyn Wiltrout. Wiltrout with her first, team second, 33-27. Frost will look to inbound. She does, gets it to Cummings. Cummings, shot is no good, but we do get a foul here on Cambridge-Isanti. It's going to go against Michaela Amr. Get the buzzer here. Looks like a ref's going to go to the scorer's table. 33-27, the lead here for Centennial. As Camille Cummings at the line to shoot 2, but .14:53 to go here in the second half. Shot is up and good. Makes it 34-27, does Camille Cummings. Gives her 6 points on the night so far. And make it 7 as she makes both. And it's 35-27, an 8-point lead again for Centennial. Cambridge-Isanti came out hot to start the second half, but Centennial again just trying to cool them off as quickly as they can. Evelyn Wiltrout gives it out to Vavra, now to Ayana Knight. Ayana Knight trying to get around the defender, bumping bodies, and she nearly loses the ball, gets it back though. And now off to Evelyn Wiltrout on the far near side corner. Now back to Ayana Knight. Ayana Knight drives inside, puts it up off the glass. No good. And getting the rebound for Centennial is Cubes. And then we get a foul here, looks like on Cambridge-Isanti. It's going to go against Michaela Amr, her third, team's fourth. Frost up the court with it, gives it off to Cummings. Cummings on the far side, gives it off to Mulberry. Mulberry now all the way back across on the near side to Cubes, now to Cummings once again. Cummings spins around, tries to get it off. She does, pass it to Mulberry for 3, and that is in. Mulberry gets it to fall and makes it 38-27. Now up the court go the Blue Jackets, and Mariah Wiltrout puts up the shot. That is no good, and Mulberry gets the rebound here for Centennial. An 11-point lead here for the Cougars. Mulberry gives it off to Cummings. Cummings fakes the three, drives inside, gives it back out. Now to McCall. McCall for a long two is no good, and Michaela Ammer is going to get the rebound for Cambridge-Isanti. And we get a foul on Centennial here. Gives it to Cubes. Cubes her second, team's third, with 13:35 to go in the second half. Centennial leads 38-27. Ellie Davis checks in for Cambridge-Isanti. Michaela Ammer gets the inbound. Ammer takes it towards the near side, passes in the near side corner for Jared. Jared trying to get around one defender, gives it inside now to Mariah Wiltrout. That is not a friendly bounce, and the rebound here by Frost for Centennial. She quickly takes it up the court, stops, wait for the offense to catch up, gives it off to Cubes, inside for two. Easy two there for Cubes, makes it 40-27. And now we get a timeout here by Cambridge-Isanti. The Blue Jackets call the timeout. 40-27, 13:07 to go here in the second half. Centennial with the lead, trying to punch their ticket to the Section 7 4A championship game against either Blaine or Andover. They have a good shot to do that, but Cambridge-Isanti, again, they're not going to be out of this easily. They're going to give it everything they've got. Again, had a good, strong ending to the season, and they certainly don't want it to end here tonight. That's the one thing about playoffs is so hard to watch, is one team is full of jubilation, the other one unfortunately has to deal with loss and the end of their season, plus the seniors, so it is hard, but it is sports, and that's kind of the beauty of sports, is the fact that someone will win and someone will lose, and you just want a good game. Timeout is over with, 13:07 to go. So the Blue Jackets head back out onto the court, out of the timeout. Evelyn Wiltrout will come to the near sideline and get ready to inbound. She'll inbound here to Ammer. Ammer drifts to the near side, now gets it back to the top of the key here for Ellie Davis. Davis gives it off to Evelyn Wiltrout, now to Jared. Jared wanted the three, instead she'll drive inside, kicks it back out to Evelyn Wiltrout, tries to get it inside for Mariah Wiltrout, now to Evelyn Wiltrout. Shot is up, no good, and we get a foul here on Centennial. That's going to go against Cummings, her first, team's fourth. And at the line to shoot two is Evelyn Wiltrout. She makes the first one. And Evelyn Wiltrout makes the first. And Wiltrout only makes one of two, but Mariah Wiltrout gets the rebound. Now gives it off to Davis. Now to Jared. Now to Wiltrout. Evelyn Wiltrout gives it off to Jared on the near side. Jared gives it back to Davis. Now Ammer on the far side for three. That is good. Michaela Ammer for three, and it's 40-31. Under 12 and a half to go. Mccall with it, gives it off to Cubes on the far side. Cubes brings it down, gives it back to the top of the key to Cummings. Now to Pullman. Pullman back to Cummings. Cummings gives it to Frost. Frost from three is good. And Frost answers with a three of her own. And the ball is going to be stolen back here by Centennial. 43-31, under 12 minutes to go now. Cubes will put up a three of her own, and that's no good. Jared gets the rebound here for Cambridge-Isanti. And now, looks like we're going to get a foul here on Centennial. That is going to go against Frost, her second, and the team's fifth. 11:53 to go. Evelyn Wiltrout inbounds to Michaela Ammer. Ammer takes it up the court. Ammer trying to get past Frost, who's caused her problems all night. She gets the ball, and tried to get it inside, but it's going to be stolen away here by Centennial. That's Frost once again. Frost gives it off to Cummings. Cummings stands at the top of the key. Now we'll drift inside. Gives it off here to Pullman. Pullman gives it back. Frost looked for a three. Instead, she'll give it off to Cubes. Cubes fake the pass. Now going inside for Pullman. Up and in for two. 45-31, and Centennial with a 14-point lead. Cambridge-Isanti trying to pull back within 10. Jared with it. Jared at the top of the key gives it off to Ammer. Ammer on the far side elbow. Had it poked out again by Frost. Now to the near side corner for Jared. Going inside for Mariah Wiltrout. Now backs it out to Michaela Ammer on the far side corner. Ammer double team. Gets through the double team. She lost it. Ball's on the ground. It rolls to Davis, and they'll keep a hold of it. Will the Blue Jackets. Ammer at the top of the key for three. That is no good. And rebounded here by the Cougars. Cubes gives it off to Pullman. Pullman back to Cubes. Cubes on the far side elbow looking. She'll pass it now to Tharp. Tharp gives it off to Frost. Frost at the three-point line. Passes to Pullman. Pullman going inside for Frost. Now back out to Cubes for three, and that's off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Pullman, and now again rebounded by Tharp. And going to be taken away by the Blue Jackets. Evelyn Wiltrout gives it up to Ammer. Ammer to Jared. Jared drives inside, puts up the shot. No good. And getting the rebound was Cummings. That's going to be on Mariah Wiltrout, her third, team's fifth. And the ball will go back to Centennial. Littlefield checks into the game here for the Cougars. Frost will take it up the court. She stops at the top of the key, gives it off to Cummings. Cummings drives on the far side. She pulls up from just inside the three-point line. That is no good, and Jared gets the rebound for Cambridge-Isanti. Jared takes it up the court. She's swiftly moving, turns on the Jets, and it's nearly stolen away by Cummings. But luckily there for the Blue Jackets, they catch a break as that goes out of bounds. Cummings just knew where that one was going. That pass was intended for Vavra, and that goes out of bounds, and Mariah Wiltrout will get set to inbound for Cambridge-Isanti. On the near side here for Michaela Ammer. Ammer will give it off to Mariah Wiltrout for two. That is no good, and Cummings going to bring down the rebound here for Centennial. Shot is up and good from Cummings for two, making it 47-31. And limping to the sidelines was Grace Pullman. Pullman able to get off the court on her own. Hopefully she's okay and able to get back into the game, but limping a little bit on her ankle. Get a timeout with 9:27 to go here in the game. 47-31, Centennial with the lead in this Section 7 for a semifinal game. A trip to the championship on the line for both of these teams. But right now, Centennial with a 16-point lead over Cambridge-Isanti. Blue Jackets trying to find a way to get back into this one. It's been tough going here since they had a 6-0 lead, but again, they haven't given up at all. They have showed that they have a lot of heart, and they are giving it all to the very end. And Jared will take it up the court for the Blue Jackets. Giving it inside to Vavra. Now on the near side corner here for Emily Cox. Cox gives it inside for Mariah Wiltrout. That is no good. Rebounded by Mccall. Mccall will give it off. And taking it to the basket is Frost. Frost stops at the free throw line. Passes it back out here to Littlefield. Littlefield gives it off on the far side to Frost. Frost throws up the shot. It is no good. And battling for the rebound, Frost. Jump ball is the call. And possession arrow favors Cambridge-Isanti. So Cambridge-Isanti will get the ball back. Some of the fans here didn't like that call, but it's the right call. Mariah Wiltrout will get set to inbound here for Cambridge-Isanti. She inbounds to Jared. Haley Jared up the court with it on the far side, gives it off to Ayana Knight. Ayana Knight stops, passes it inside for Vavra. Vavra gets it out to Ayana Knight. Ayana Knight, she drives inside, and it is stolen away here by Cummings. Now gives it off to Stacy. Now to Cummings. Now on the near side corner, Littlefield drives inside. Shot is up, no good. Mariah Wiltrout gets the rebound for Cambridge-Isanti. Off to Jared. Jared up on the near side, turns on the Jets, tries to get it inside of Vavra, but it goes over her head. And that'll be a turnover. And Centennial will take it back, leading 47-31 with 8:25 to go. So the Cougars have it. They are up the court with Megan Stacy. Stacy getting past Ayana Knight, gives it off now to Littlefield from three. No good, but getting the rebound is Tharp. Tharp, an easy rebound, gives it off now to McCall. McCall takes it to the basket. Shot is up and no good, and that'll be a foul here on Cambridge-Isanti. That foul is going to be on Evelyn Wiltrout. Her second, team's sixth. Call at the line to shoot two. Shot is up and no good on the shot. 47-31. Score remains with 8:08 to go in the game. McCall is good on the second to make it 48-31. And the Blue Jackets quickly up the court. Ayana Knight with the reverse layup, gets it to fall. And it's 33-48. Centennial with the lead, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Centennial, and the Cougars quickly went up the court, but Blue Jackets got it going their way now after the ball rolled out of bounds. Amer on the far side drifts towards the near side, nearly lost the ball, and she'll give it off to Evelyn Wiltrout now on the near far side for three from Ayana Knight. That is good. Ayana Knight for three makes it 48-36. Blue Jackets have some work to do if they want to get back in this one, because Centennial has not had a lot of offensive possessions where they haven't scored. Cummings now gives it off here to McCall. McCall gives it inside for Tharp, and Tharp to McCall, up and in for two. Just beautiful passing there by the Cougars. 50-36. Amer now to Emily Cox. Now to Ayana Knight. Ayana Knight drifts towards the near side. She drives inside. Now instead gives it off to Evelyn Wiltrout for two. Makes it 50-38. Under 7 minutes to go. Blue Jackets got some work to do, down by 12, but still plenty of time to get back in this one. They're going to need to stop the Cougars from scoring, though, on their offensive possessions, because that is one thing the Cougars haven't had, is an offensive possession without a score, and there is one nearly rebounded by the Cougars, but Evelyn Wiltrout fights for it, gets it back for Cambridge-Isanti, gives it off to Michaela Amer. Michaela Amer will give it off to Evelyn Wiltrout, now to the far side corner for Ayana Knight. Ayana Knight dribbles out of the corner, gives it off to Michaela Amer. That's Emily Cox. Cox gives it now to Evelyn Wiltrout, gives it back out to Cox, now to Ayana Knight, going inside for Vavra. Vavra tries to go around the defenders, off the glass and in for two. Troy Vavra makes it 50-40, and Blue Jackets have found a little bit of rhythm here on offense. Maybe they can get things going their way. They've done a pretty good job of trying to get the rebounds here on defense, but still being out-rebounded by Centennial. That ball nearly stolen away, and it is stolen away. Ayana Knight with the steal, and they're going to get a foul on Centennial. That is going to go against Megan Stacy, her second and the team's sixth. And Ayana Knight had the steal, had an open court in front of her to go and take it to the basket, try and get the easy two, but I don't know if the foul was on purpose or it was an accident, but if it was on purpose, I'd say that's a smart foul, because you prevent her from getting an open two for Centennial. But now Amer has it, and their team feeling a little bit of rhythm. Vavra with it on the near side elbow. Fake the pass into the corner to Mariah Wiltrout. She'll hand it off to Amer. Amer wants to drive inside. She gives it back out to Vavra. Vavra stops, looking, gives it off now To Cox, now in the near side corner to Evelyn Wiltrout, and that is stolen away here by Cubes. Now to McCall. McCall, no good on the shot, and the rebound goes to Vavra, slapped out of the paint. Vavra gets it, and this nearly stolen away. It is stolen away here by Frost. Frost has been a problem all night for Cambridge-Isanti. Under 5.5 to go. 10-point lead for Centennial. Looks like they'll try and slow down the offense just a tad. Frost will reset things at the top of the key. Frost gives it now off to Cubes. Cubes on the near side elbow. Pauses, gives it to Mulberry. Mulberry, top of the key once again, gives it off to McCall. McCall on the far side now. Trying to get around the defender. Pass it back to Frost. Frost at top of the key. She pauses. They will definitely waste some time here. Gives it off to Mulberry. Near side elbow. Now inside to Cubes. Cubes out to the top of the key here for McCall. McCall trying to get around the defender. Evelyn Wiltrout up and in for two from McCall. Makes it 52-40. And the foul there on Cambridge-Isanti is going to go against Evelyn Wiltrout. Her third, team's seventh. And at the line for the possible three-point play is Autumn McCall. McCall got the shot to fall, plus the and one, 52-40, 4:42 to go. McCall gets it to fall and makes it 53-40. Cambridge-Isanti, 4:40 to go. Jared with the shot from three on the far side is no good. Evelyn Wiltrout gets the rebound, puts it back up and in for two. Nice job there by Wiltrout to get the positioning, to get the rebound for Cambridge-Isanti. Makes it 53-42, and it looks like we're going to get a timeout here with 4:27 to go in the game. Cambridge-Isanti trailing by 11 in this semifinal game against Centennial. Again, a trip to the championship game on the line against either Blaine or Andover. No update yet from that game. That game's still happening. Again, Blaine hosting Andover in the matchup between the number 2 and number 3 seeds. Winner of that game goes to Thursday, where they'll play in the championship game against the winner of this game, again on Thursday. And Cambridge-Isanti got some work to do with 4.5 minutes to go, but plenty of time, only down by 11. Just gotta get Centennial to miss a couple shots and then grab some rebounds. It's been tough because Centennial hasn't had many offensive possessions in the second half where they haven't gone without scoring, so Cambridge-Isanti is gonna need to get them pretty much to go cold on offense. 53-42. And if Cambridge-Isanti does win this game, we'll be headed to North Branch on Thursday to cover that championship game. That was Ayana Knight. Now to Cubes. Cubes guarded well by Ayana Knight, who does get the rebound, and taking it up the court is Amer. Amer drives, stops, puts up the shot, in for two. She drove quickly around the defender, stopped on a dime, and pulled up from just outside the paint to make it. 53-44 to go. 4 minutes left here in the game, and we're really getting down to it. Should be a fun finish. Cubes on the far side. She's going to drive, passes it off inside to Tharp. Tharp gives it out to Cubes. Cubes thought about three. She pulls it down, gives it inside to Tharp. She's looking for someone to shoot under the basket. Tharp drives inside. Nice spin move. Puts it up off the backboard. No good. Evelyn Wiltrout will get the rebound here for Cambridge-Isanti. Gives it off to Michaela Amer. Michaela Amer up the court. This is where you need your big times to step up, and Michaela Amer is that girl. Ayana Knight from three. That's going to come up well short. Evelyn Wiltrout got the rebound back out for three, and that is long from Jared. Getting the rebound, though, is Cambridge-Isanti. Ayana Knight drives inside and stolen away here by Cummings. Cummings with the steal, taking up the court. And, no option there from Michaela Amer but to foul, and that's going to give her 4, unfortunately. So 4 for Michaela Amer with her 4th and team's 8th. 3:15 to go. It's Camille Cummings at the line for Centennial. Cummings' shot is up and good. That makes it a 10-point game once again. 54-44. Camille Cummings Shot is up, no good. So she makes one, and then the rebound there from Amr. Taking up the court is Jared. Jared drifts towards the near side, stops, gives it back to Michaela Amr. Michaela Amr tries to drive inside, pass it off to Mariah Wiltrout. It's poked out from behind and taken by the Cougars. And then quickly up the court to Cubes. Cubes all alone, but she gives it off to Cummings. Cummings nearly had it poked out, and she easy up and in for two. And if you're Cambridge-Isanti, you cannot have that happen. 56-44. My goodness, a quick two from Mariah Wiltrout. Make it a 10-point game once again. Mariah Wiltrout wasted no time getting up the court. 2:37 to go. Ball's on the court. Cummings, Jared, and Amr all on it, and possession arrow favors Centennial, so the Cougars will hold on to it. Nearly stolen away there by Cambridge-Isanti. 2:33 to go. 56-46 is the score. Centennial with the lead. Again, a trip to the section championship on the line between these two teams. Centennial's really looked good these last couple minutes on defense and offense, scoring quickly and then getting the ball back, not allowing their offense to get any rebounds, but Mccall takes it to the basket. That's Frost, for two. Makes it 58-46. And now the other way go the Blue Jackets. And the foul going to be on Centennial here, the third for Cubes. It'll be their team's seventh, and at the line for the 1-and-1 is Ayana Knight. Ayana Knight gets it to fall, and apparently it was a shooting foul. Nobody moved on that one, so it was a shooting foul. 58-47 after the made free throw from Ayana Knight with 2:19 to go. Knight no good on the shot. She makes one of two. Rebounded by the Cougars. And stolen away here by Evelyn Wiltrout. Evelyn Wiltrout gets it and gets it off to Michaela Amr, who keeps it from going out of bounds. And she'll bring it back. 2 minutes to go. An 11-point lead for Centennial. Cambridge-Isanti gonna have to work quickly now, and unfortunately probably a little bit uncomfortably. Mariah Wiltrout no good on the shot. And a jump ball call. The possession arrow favors Cambridge-Isanti. 11 points they trail by with 1:54 to work with. Cambridge-Isanti is probably going to have to start fouling on defense, unfortunately, just to save some time and hope their offense can go down and score. Kayla Amr inbounds to Ayana Knight and gets tipped. Out of bounds by Cubes. Cubes got the tip on the ball, and it will go out of bounds. Last touch by Centennial. Evelyn Wiltrout will inbound. She'll get it off to Jared. Jared working on Cummings. She'll hand it off now to Michaela Amr. Amr steps back, trying to reset the offense. 1:45 to go. Gives it off to Jared. Jared gives it inside for Wiltrout, and then looks like we're getting a foul here on Cambridge-Isanti. That's on Mariah Wiltrout, her fourth, team's ninth. And at the line to shoot a 1-and-1 is Marissa Frost. 11-point lead for Centennial, 1:39 to go. Frost is good on the first. Makes it a 12-point game, 59-47, 1:39 to go. Frost is good on both. Makes it 60-47, 13-point game. Jared up the court with it on the far side, gives it off to Amr. Amr is going to pull up from deep three. That's no good. Just off the mark, and Cummings with the rebound for Centennial, 60-47. It's kind of what you had to do if you're Cambridge-Isanti, unfortunately, because time is a-wasting, and 1:20 to go. They're not going to foul here, and they're going to let Frost do her thing. Frost spins around and working on Evelyn Wiltrout. Working, 1:10 left, and now Evelyn Wiltrout gets the foul on Frost. That'll be the Cambridge-Isanti's 10th. Marissa Frost at the line for 2. First one is good from Frost. Frost is good on both and makes it 62-47. About a minute 05 to work. Trying to go inside, and the shot is up, no good. Going to be out of bounds off of Centennial. So the Blue Jackets will get it back. 1:01 to go, 62-47. Cougars with the lead. Michaela Ammer gets the inbound pass. Going to have to shoot quickly here. And Mariah Wiltrout gets fouled. It'll be the Cougars' 8th team foul. And the second on Cummings. 62-47, 57 seconds to go. Mariah Wiltrout is good on the first, makes it 62-48. And good on both is Mariah Wiltrout. Makes it 62-49, 13-point game with under a minute to go. Centennial will get to inbound here, and Cambridge-Isanti showing full court press. Frost takes it up the court. Anna Knight, I don't know if she tried to foul and just didn't, but didn't get the foul there on Cummings this time, and now Cummings passes it off to Pullman, right back to Cummings, now back to Pullman, now to Cubes. Cubes on the near side, back to Cummings. And this looks like it will be it. 35, 33, and 30 seconds to go. Anna Knight tried to poke it away from Cummings, now back to Cubes. And they'll just kind of dribble out the rest of this clock. Cubes stops, gives it off to Cummings. Cummings. And it looks like we're going to get a timeout here from Centennial, leading 62-49. And unfortunately, I don't know if 16 seconds is enough for 13 points, but we've seen crazier things happen. We have seen crazier things happen, so never say never, I guess. 62-49 is the score here at Centennial. The championship game will be this Thursday at North Branch High School at 7 p.m. for the Section 7 4A. And in that game, a trip to state on the line. And checking into the game for Cambridge-Isanti is a senior, number 20, Madison Lawrence. Get her some time on the court, as that'll wrap up some of these ladies' careers in high school. We know Michaela Ammer off to UND next year to play basketball. The Fighting Hawks. Pullman inbounds to Cummings, and Cummings double team, nearly had it stolen away. Cummings spins around, 10 seconds left, gives it off to Frost. Frost will pull it down, showing some sportsmanship, not going to shoot the ball, gives it off to Cubes, and that will be it. So the final here at Centennial. Centennial gets the victory over Cambridge-Isanti, 62-49. We'll take a commercial break. When we come back, I'll recap the game and give you the stat leaders from the game and let you know what's coming up for WCMP's and KBEK's broadcast, as well as what's next for these teams. You're listening to Girls Basketball right here on Nights 95.5 FM KBEK.
Rydberg & Sons is your local family-owned and operated excavation company. From Class 5 and custom gravel crushing to shoreline restoration, Rydberg & Sons are your guys. They'll also do grading, build site preparation, demolition, graveling of roads, and much more. Need fill? They got you covered from boulders or gravel to recycled blacktop and concrete. So whether you're building, demolishing, landscaping, or have a muddy driveway, call the crew at Rydberg & Sons at 320-629-2503. Rydberg & Sons, we move the earth.
Great homes start with a sound foundation. That foundation starts with the mortgage from Northwoods Bank. Northwoods Bank is a community bank that knows the neighborhood. We have personalized home lending solutions, and with our rapid mortgage, apply online at northwoodsbank.com 24/7. Be approved in 20 minutes and be in your dream home sooner. Think local when it comes to your banking solutions. Northwoods Bank, we make it happen for you. Northwoods Bank is an equal housing lender and FDIC insured.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Visit Town & Country Insurance today at townandcountry-ins.com or stop in our offices in Finlayson, Hinckley, and Mora.
Keep it clean at Maytag Laundry, with locations in North Branch, Pine City, Cambridge, and Mora. Whether you have rugs that need cleaning, quilts, or comforters, no job is too big for the machines at Maytag Laundry. Your items will look brand new. Whatever you need clean, the machines at Maytag Laundry are up for the task. So when you need to keep it clean, look to the big machines at Maytag Laundry in North Branch, Pine City, Cambridge, and Mora. With the price of cars skyrocketing, it's more important than ever for you to find the right financing. That's why you need Mccall Credit Union. Mccall's competitive rates start at 2.24% APR. Mccall extends lower new car rates to used vehicles with under 100,000 miles. And Mccall offers warranty protection that can save you thousands of dollars. To learn more, visit one of Mccall's 6 offices or call 763-689-1071 or apply online at mccall.com.
Back here on Nice 95.5 FM KBEK. The Cambridge-Isanti Blue Jackets come up short here in this game against the Centennial Cougars, 62-49. Leading the way here for Cambridge-Isanti was Michaela Ammer with 17 points, 5 rebounds. She had 2 steals in the game, and she racked up 4 fouls. But again, what a good game it was here for Cambridge-Isanti. Michaela Ammer off to North Dakota University, or the University of North Dakota, next year to play basketball for the Fighting Hawks. Also with double-digit points was Mariah Wiltrout. She had 12, 9 points for Ayana Knight, 7 for Evelyn Wiltrout, and 4 for Croy Vavra. On the other side for Centennial, leading the way for them was Marissa Frost with 19, 13 for Autumn McCall, 12 for Camille Cummings, 8 for Sydney Cubes, and then 4 for Grace Pullman, 3 for Haley Mulberry, and 2 for Macy Littlefield. And this was a tough one here for Cambridge-Isanti. They got out to that hot start, 6-0 lead, and then Centennial went on a 15-2 run, and that really, I mean, you look at it, this is a 13-point game. You allow, Centennial only half of that, and this is really a much different game. I mean, you cut that 15-2 lead in half and make it, a 7-2 lead or an 8-2 lead. This is a much different game. I mean, you say that, obviously you score less points or hold a team to less points or you score more, it's going to be a different game. Well, I know that, but when you watch that 15-2 run, you just kind of seen all momentum shift to one side, and that was to Centennial, and Cambridge-Isanti just couldn't seemingly find an answer. And then when they did, Centennial just kept scoring, and there weren't a lot of possessions after that 15-2 run from Centennial that Centennial didn't score on. They didn't have too many offensive possessions that they didn't score on, and Cambridge-Isanti, unfortunately, on the defensive side or offensive side of things, just could not get as many rebounds as they were hoping for, and that was a big key here in tonight's game, because if Cambridge-Isanti could have got half of the rebounds that Centennial did on the offensive side, I think this would have been a much different game as well. Centennial did a really good job of positioning themselves on the defensive side to get the rebound and also to box out Cambridge-Isanti. Cambridge-Isanti, I mean, at points it just looked like they had no chance. They just had no opportunity to even get close to an offensive rebound. So very few offensive rebounds in this game for Cambridge-Isanti. Just super unfortunate because they were in good position. It's not that they weren't in good position. They put themselves in a good position for the offensive rebound, but just Centennial did just have better positioning at times, and a couple times that Cambridge-Isanti did get the rebounds, you've seen they got the rebound, put it right back up and in for 2. Wiltrout, both of them, Evelyn and Mariah, did a really good job of just being underneath the basket, getting the rebounds, and not wasting any time and putting them back up and in for 2. And it was tough for Michaela Ammer. She was guarded well by Frost all night long, and Frost, I won't say had her number all night long, because obviously Michaela Ammer was able to score. She hit 2 threes on the night and had 17 points altogether, so it's not like she was shut down, but Frost definitely got in her head a little bit, I think, early on, because Frost poked the ball away from Ammer early on. I think it was 3 or 4 times in the first half alone, and Ammer, I think on one or two of those, actually had it turned over. It went out of bounds, or it was a turnover, and it was stolen away by Centennial. So that does get in your head a little bit. It's kind of like if you're a quarterback in football, when you get a ball knocked down by the defensive line so many times, or you're having a tough game and you're throwing a couple interceptions, that gets in your head, and you just second-guess your throw. You start to second-guess everything you're doing, and things start to come at you a little bit faster. You're processing things a little bit slower, and I'm not saying that's what happened with Michaela Ammer. She's obviously a very, very, very talented basketball player, but sometimes it does get in your head a little bit, and in a playoff game like this, in a playoff atmosphere like this, sometimes it does get to you at least a little bit, and it does kind of steer your game in the wrong direction. And I think that's a little bit of what happened here tonight for Cambridge-Isanti. They got out to the early lead, and early on it looked like, oh my goodness, Centennial is going to, obviously Centennial is going to score points, but it looked like Cambridge-Isanti early on was going to get out of here with the win. Obviously, as I mentioned, Centennial is going to score points, but it looked like Cambridge-Isanti had all the things going their way, had all the building blocks to take the victory here tonight. But unfortunately for them, Centennial does get the win 62-49 and is off to the championship game against either Blaine or Andover. And that game over in Blaine, we'll have to wait and see on that one. But Cambridge-Isanti, what a great season for them. They had a fantastic year. They finished the season altogether 19-9 on the year, 11-3 in the conference, 5-1 in the section, and again, unfortunately, fall here in this semifinal game to Centennial, 62-49. It was a great game, though, to be a part of. I was glad I was able to get out here and broadcast this game. It was a fun one to be at. Unfortunately, though, for Cambridge-Isanti and their seniors, this is the end of the season for them, and you hate to see it because, again, that is the hard part with playoff basketball is just playoffs in general, is you get to see one team in pure joy and jubilation and the other team in tears and sad, and they have to go home and they can't play anymore on the season. And the seniors, that's their last game of their high school careers, and it's super unfortunate because this was a pretty veteran group here for Cambridge-Isanti, despite only having 3 seniors. But those 3 seniors are Michaela Ammer, Ayana Knight, and Madison Lawrence. Lawrence got into the game there in the last 10 or so seconds to kind of just get in the game, get some time in, and wrap up her high school career on the court. I think that was pretty cool, but still got a pretty good group coming up next year for Cambridge-Isanti. Just unfortunately, they will graduate. Michaela Ammer off to UND. Ayana Knight. And Knight in this game, she had a pretty good game in the second half. She scored 3 points in the first half, but 6 here in the second half. It was a pretty big piece to the puzzle here in the second half for Cambridge-Isanti. And then, of course, losing Madison Lawrence to graduation, who got in the last 20 seconds of this game. But Centennial gets the win here over Cambridge-Isanti, 62-49, and they are off to the championship game on Thursday at North Branch High School. That will take place at 7 p.m. But unfortunately for Cambridge-Isanti, their season comes to an end. Again, I want to give a shout out to their seniors, Michaela Ammer, Ayana Knight, and Madison Lawrence, for their high school careers. And again, Michaela Ammer, we all know she's off to UND next year to play basketball, so good luck in the future to her, and good luck to all these seniors as well and in their future endeavors. And of course, they're going to go on to do bigger and better things at college, or maybe their jobs, or they've already got a career lined out, whatever they choose to do. We just wish them the best of luck in what they do. And, Cambridge-Isanti's got a good squad coming back next year. You've got Emily Cox, Haley Jared, you've got Ellie Davis coming back. She's only a freshman, is Ellie Davis. She got plenty of minutes out here in this game. Then you got Alexa Davis, Evelyn Wiltrout, Croy Vavra, and Mariah Wiltrout, who will all come back. So out of your starters, you're only losing 2, but returning 3 of them. And again, Ellie Davis, the freshman, she got plenty of minutes here tonight. I'm guessing she'll be a starter next year. So I think the Blue Jackets are in good hands. I think they'll have plenty of talent next year to be right back here in this situation again, and maybe next year even in a better spot. Maybe they'll be the number 1 seed and get to host. We'll have to wait and see. But for Cambridge-Isanti, again, they fall here to Centennial 62-49, and that ends their season. But a huge congratulations to Cambridge-Isanti on the season they did have, finishing the year 19-9 on the season and second in Mississippi 8 conference standings. So coming up here for WCMP and KBEK, looking at it, tomorrow we'll have girls basketball action right back here on this very station at 7 p.m. We'll be calling the game between Bram and Ogilvie, that Section 5A East semifinal game between those two, or Section 5A East championship game, really. It's the semifinal for all of 5A. But that will be up at Hinckley-Finlayson High School. Adam Hefty will be on the call for us on that one. And then on Thursday, we have a big one. Mora will take on Holdingford right here on Nice 95.5 FM on Thursday at 7 p.m. And thankfully, we've got a sponsor to do video for that game, so appreciate the sponsoring and help for us to be able to do video for Mora. And then on WCMP on 106.5 FM AM 1350. Pine City will travel out to St. Cloud to take on St. Cloud Cathedral in their first round of the playoff games. That is on Thursday, and that'll be on 106.5 FM. Once again in this game, the score, Centennial 62, Cambridge-Isanti 49. Congratulations to the Cambridge-Isanti Blue Jackets on a great season, 19-9 on the season. And a huge shout-out and congrats to their seniors, Michaela Amer, Ayana Knight, and Madison Lawrence. Remember to be kind to everyone, because you never know what someone is going through, and your kindness could make their day. For Nice 95.5 FM KBEK, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Be sure to tune in to the morning shows on both KBEK and WCMP. On KBEK with Rock and Robin Riley at 7:30 and 8:30, and on WCMP with Joshua Miron at 7:45 and 8:45. You'll hear your local sports updates and some regional sports as well. Once again, the final, Centennial 62, Cambridge-Isanti 49. For KBEK Nice 95.5, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Have a great rest of your night. WCMP on KBEK with Rock and Robin Riley at 7:30 and 8:30, and on WCMP with Joshua Miron at 7:45 and 8:45. You'll hear your local sports updates and some regional sports as well. Once again, the final, Centennial 62, Cambridge-Isanti 49. For KBEK Nice 95.5, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Have a great rest of your night. On KBEK with Rock and Robin Riley at 7:30 and 8:30, and on WCMP with Joshua Miron at 7:45 and 8:45. You'll hear your local sports updates and some regional sports as well.